Hi, welcome back. So, in this video, let's cover the topic linear search. So, as the name indicates, this is a process that is related to search. So, it will search, and how it will search? It will search in a linear fashion. So, linear fashion basically means if you are having a set of numbers like 25, 34, 64, 56, or something, and you want to search like if something is there or not. For example, you want to search if 34 is present. What you do is you will first look at the first position. If it's not, you will look at the second and then on. So searching in this manner is known as linear search, and whenever we find, we will stop the search. Suppose you are entering some number like 46, which is not in the list. What happens? You will search the first position, second position, third and fourth. At the till end we will search, and once we cannot find, we say that there is that element cannot be found or the search is unsuccessful. Okay, so now in order to discuss this with the same example which we have done prior, imagine we have a list of marks 5. This means this is an array of mark. Array means we are storing numbers in a continuous fashion. Okay, so we have marks of 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now imagine these are the marks which is present here. Okay, 56, 12. So here what our purpose is to search whether a given mark is not or not. So you will enter like 64 and you need to check, and the output should come 64 means 64 is present, then the output should come found. And suppose you are giving 5, it is not present here, then output should say not found. And we need to perform this in a linear search fashion. So we will be comparing what are the number to search with each of this list. Okay, so in order to achieve that, we are using two things. One is a variable known as found, which is basically it's a boolean variable. Okay, so boolean means it can either take true or it can take false. Okay, so initially what we do is we set this found as false, and whenever we search and found something, a match occurs, what we do? We just change this false and update to true. And after the end, we will just go and see the what is in found. If it is true means that is successful, and if it is not, it means not successful. Okay, so now let's write the pseudocode. So now you have to get a picture like this. You are having some array, and on your screen first itself the print come like enter number to search. What number to search? And you will enter the 64 and it will output found. Okay, and again it will ask enter number to search and you will enter 5 and the output should come not found. So this is how our output should come, or you should picturize how it will come. Now let's write the pseudocode for this. So in order to write the pseudocode for this, as you know, our output should be like this. So initially we will start with the output statement. So you can write like output, and whatever we want to display on the screen, that is given in double quote. So here we have provided enter number to search. So we are giving that in double quote so that it will be displayed on the screen. So when you write this statement, till this is happening, now you need to enter the 64. For that you have to use this statement, that is input. And after that, this must be whatever you enter must be stored in some variable. So I am here giving number. So when these two statements are executed, we will be done like this, and in the number we have the 64 value. Okay, now as I said, we need to set the boolean variable. So this boolean variable was found, so I am just initializing this variable found to the value false, because before searching we don't know whether it is present or not. So we will make it false, and whenever we find it, we will just turn it to true. And also we need another variable, because here we are having total 5 numbers. So depending on the situation, we will have how the length of the list till which we need to search, because if we are searching for 5, we need to search only till here, no need to go beyond that. So we need to tell the system that searching is enough till that. So in order to keep track on that, we are using another variable like counter, and which will be going till the end. Okay, so now in order to proceed our comparison, this linear comparison, we are trying to write the repeat loop. So now I am writing the repeat loop, and in the repeat loop you can, as you can see, we will start with the keyword repeat. Okay, and after that, in order to compare the each marks, we are going with the if statement. So with an indent we write the if statement, and we are taking our number which we have entered. So you are just checking whether the number you have entered is equal to, is written in equal to itself, is equal to mark as the array which we are used, and first it will be the first mark, as the counter is 1, here we have set 1, so this will be 1. We check if it is true, that means if it is that number itself, then what we want to do, then we want to set our found. Okay, this is, we have set this as false, then whenever we found, we will just turn this to true. Okay, if not, if that is not present, what we want to do, we want to check this with the next number. We will just go and check the, if it is not in the first number, we will go and check to the second number. So what we are here doing is, we will just increase the counter by 1. So whatever the value was in counter, that is added by 1, and we will end the if loop here. Okay, and this process should be repeat until, so now we need to close this repeat. So we are giving the condition until. So until when should the search should stop? As I said, the search will stop when we find the element, or we will search the entire list and we don't found. So we'll give the condition like until found. So as found is boolean, you know, until found means until this is true. So when we are giving boolean, it means it is okay when it is true and false. So we don't need to give like until found equal to true or etc. So either when we found, or is a keyword, when we check if either of this condition comes true, we need to stop this. Or the counter, that is whatever we have started, that is greater than list size. List size means what is the, if it is a class number of students, maybe the total number of students. Okay, so greater than class size, we need to enter. Now till now what we have done is, we have just entered the mark and we are comparing, and we will see like whether the element is found or not. Now after that, we need to check what is in found. Once this comes out of the loop, we are again giving an if statement, where what we are doing, we are checking if found. If found means if it is true, that is found is true, then as you know, we have found the number. Then you can write output. What can you output is search successful. Okay, search is successful. And you can also find out which place it is, that value is, because when it is found, it will just exit, it will stop and exit. So in the counter we have the index value. So you can also write, if needed, search successful element founded, and you can close the double quotes and put a comma and write counter, so that index value will also be printed. And if it is not found, that means if found is not true, then what happens, we have to give the then here, if condition then. Okay, then we will give else. What you will print else, what happens, we have not found the element, so you will give else not found, that means search is unsuccessful, and we can end the end if here. Okay, so this is how linear search will work. So this loop, you understand that this loop just compare one by one, and whenever it found, it sets it to true, and whenever it ends the size also, it will just exit. And once we are exiting, what we check, if this is true, our search was successful, and if it is not, what happens, it is not found. And initially we must take care, we need to initialize this variable to boolean to false, and this to 1 counter. Okay, so that's all for this. Thank you.